What's going on, you guys? Yeah, everyone grab their pink comforter.
I got the worst haircut ever. This is my haircut. Look at that.
Oh, and then you said Pat Dixon does have a past.
He's DeVito. His chin is kinda neato. He's Ray DeVito. He is a Guido. He's not a pedo. His name is Ray DeVito. Problems with his speedo. He's kind of retardito. Is Ray DeVito. His chin is pretty neato. That Ray DeVito. Your information he'll repeat-o. That stinky Guido. That's Ray DeVito. Rock Bottom Podcast starts now.
What's up? What's going on? Welcome, Rock Bottom Podcast. I'm Ray DeVito here with a very special guest, very funny comedian. He had a wrestling bout with technology, and technology got the best of him today. Mr. Joey Gay, how are you, buddy?
I'm well, Ray. Thank you for having me. And yes, technology has won yet another battle against me.
I don't get it. I got to figure it out because you're not the only one that this has happened to where for whatever reason, StreamYard is just not opening in their browser. And then you downloaded Google Chrome, and I'm not the guy to coach anybody to it. I'm an idiot. I barely get stuff to work. So,
well, you know, as fascinating as this is, I am one step above, like, not a big email guy. I can use the computer, just not well.
Dude, you look so defeated and upset. Like when we're talking on the phone, just trying to get this up. Fuck it, dude. Just send it to my phone.
Yeah, I find myself frustrated with this shit all the time, and I have to ask like Gen Z or Gen Alpha for help, and they're so fucking smug when you do it, and I always want to be like, yeah, but I can speak to people without flinching.
Yes.
We all have our different talents.
Dude, you got some of the craziest stories. We'll get at the whole reason why you're here. You did my show at the Stand. You killed it as always. And Mark Norman was on the show too. And you came in, you're like, I want to talk to him because they talked about you on We Might Be Drunk and did nothing but sing your praises.
Oh, is that right? I have yet to watch the clip.
But you came in and you're like, he's got the story all wrong or whatever. And I'm like, what? I go, all they did is say great things about you. And then I asked you, and then I go, Joey was like, well, we did nothing but say great things about him. I go, I know. And then I talked to you. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It's like you were so intense.
No,
you haven't even seen it.
I wasn't upset about it.
No, you were intense. You were intense, but you're always intense. That's part of your charm.
I think that. Why? Thank you. That intensity gets misread as insanity sometimes.
Also, I mean, we're going to watch a clip. It's a 5-minute clip. But also, I mean, you got some crazy stories, dude. I mean,
I do.
Yeah. What's the story? I know you getting sober because you woke up without an ear or something.
Well, that's more comedy than reality. But I did wake up without an earlobe at one point.
Yes.
But I really.
What's the story that night? What's the backstory that night, though?
Which?
The one where you woke up without an earlobe. How do you wake up without an earlobe?
Well, you drink till you black out. I woke up without an earlobe as the result of a dog bite I don't remember.
Oh, so a dog did it.
Yeah, he actually kind of went to snap at my face, and I caught him with a last-minute reaction, and he just nipped and got the ear. And I didn't even realize it had happened. It was like getting your ear pierced. It was just a pop, and there was no real pain. And then all of a sudden, I could feel the blood.
Why were you so close to a dog's face?
Well, I may have been making some bad decisions that evening. I don't know.
How did you end up so close to a dog?
I'm a dog nut.
I love dogs. Yeah. But so you did know the dog?
I did, yes.
Okay, you usually get along with the dog.
Yeah.
Just not this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's a hilarious. And then you had a heart attack.
I've had a couple of heart attacks. I nearly
Jesus.
lost the farm. I had I went to do a stress test at the hospital. I was having chest pains, and I had a massive coronary in the middle of my stress test. And luckily, there was a doctor right next to me with nitroglycerin, and they wheeled me right into the operating room and gave me a stent.
Okay. Yeah, dude, you got to be careful. That's how my dad died. He was getting a stent put in, and something went wrong in the surgery. And he was like, it was supposed to be just a simple thing. He had an angioplasty before. So, I mean, I got this coming down my road, these heart problems, because it runs in my family.
Yeah.
But he had an angioplasty, and then they went to put in another stent years later, and something went wrong, and then he died. Like later that day, it was like insane. It was like, are you kidding me? It was nothing was supposed to go wrong.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ray.
Yeah, no, it definitely sucks, but
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, it is what it is. But what brought on your? I mean, if you want to go to, I know you were into cocaine, correct?
Yeah, when I was younger, I did a bunch of cocaine. But in my case, it's heart disease is in my family, and I did a bunch of things that contributed to it. I ate poorly, I smoked a lot, I did cocaine. Yeah, that is all true.
But doesn't cocaine bring on heart problems?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. I wasn't doing cocaine when it happened. That's something that I've done for effect, for comedy.
Okay,
but,
I thought you were doing cocaine that night when it happened.
No. I set up a joke that way. But,
that's when you know you're getting old. When you're getting most kids are worried about fentanyl. You're worried about having a heart attack. You're like, I don't care about the fentanyl. It's the heart attack. I'm like, get me. It's.
I'm so incredibly lucky. I have 3 stents now. That was the story of the first one. I had a second heart attack a couple of years later.
Jesus.
That was bad. But I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I eat well, I exercise, I'm not smoking, I'm doing all the right things now,
right?
Which is probably a little late, but I have not lived a sheltered life, and I've contributed to it.
Yeah, this is nice podcast. Hey Joseph, congrats on sobriety. As a gay man, his last name is gay, you bastard. I was curious.
That's okay.
If it's gay to go on a date with a trans gal, or is that straight behavior? Thanks, homie.
It's not for me to define.
It's not for you to. They're saying that because I on Tinder I matched with I didn't know the lady was trans. I matched with the lady, and I was going to meet up there. She's like, "Did you read my bio?" I did not, and she was trans, and I still went. I bought her a couple drinks. I was like, you know what? That's all I was going to do is buy a drink or two anyway. So. Well, I wasn't into it, but yes, why not? I'll go. I'm an ally, but I wasn't into it. Yeah, I wasn't. I knew I wasn't into it to begin with, but I was like, yeah, I'll go. Why not?
Yeah, it's not my jam, but I'm not mad at anybody.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't my jam. I wasn't. I mean, I was. When I saw it, I was like, but I was like, I'll still go. I didn't want to hurt their feelings.
No,
I don't want to hurt their feelings.
You know what? Anybody who's being honest with you before they meet you, that's fine to go meet them for a drink. If you figure that out at the bar, it's okay to leave too.
Exactly. I've done this before. I don't know. I was talking about this on a show, and people, have you ever you're kind of with the girl, you don't really want to make out with her, but she wants to make out with you, so you don't want to hurt her feelings, so you just make out with her?
No, never.
Oh, really? I've done that. I'm guilty.
Yeah, I'm being a penis. Yes, of course.
Oh, you have done that. Yeah, because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You're like, I know I'm not into this, but it's like, all right, whatever. It's just, I've done that. Guilty.
I tend to be fiercely honest with whether I'm into it or not and act on that.
No way.
I'm not a charity makeout type dude, but, it only speaks to your kindness.
What happened with you where you were honest? Give me a scenario where it was uncomfortable for a minute where you had to be honest.
I can't think of an example right now. But you know, I'm honest with any girl I'm dating or going out on a date with. In fact, too much so I don't really play too many games.
No, you shouldn't play too many games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a man of principle.
Sadly, it gets.
Sadly, full of principle. It's Diablo sandwich, Joseph, gay man, Dutch oven's got to be awful, right?
I'm not gay, but in some strange way, I know what it's like to be made fun of for being gay. I kind of got that experience through word association.
Yes, yes.
But you know, I'm not bothered by it in any way, shape, or form. And I'm sure the Dutch ovens are terrible. Have
They're
you ever
horrible.
had one that was good?
No, they're supposed to be horrible. That's why people do them to each other.
Yeah.
I do them
Dutch
to my
oven-
sister and stuff when you're kids. Yeah.
A Dutch oven is a Dutch oven, regardless of who's involved.
Yeah. It could be a girl in there. It's not.
I
don't
gotta
wanna
say, it speaks to the caliber of your fans that we've gotten right to how about hot farts under a sheet.
I don't know if Diablo Sandwich is a good egg. I wouldn't call him a fan of mine. A lot of I don't know if nice podcast do that. But they're good. They're nice people. All right, let's get into this.
Fucking kooks. Who are you kidding?
They're
We're
kooks. They are kooks.
People
We're
listening to
kooks.
us are bigger kooks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dutch ovens for everybody. Everybody gets a Dutch
oven
oven.
in every pot.
Isn't that saying that's what Dutch are known for? Is farting in each other's faces? No, a Dutch oven. What's the difference? A Dutch oven's like that thing that looks like it's like that oven that's
A Dutch oven is a pot that you place into either a oven or on top of the stove, where it's just a big ceramic dish that you place a lid on and it creates pressure.
yeah. I don't
did
cook
not see
much.
me explaining what an actual Dutch oven was on this podcast.
No,
today. Life is full of surprises.
It's part of the deal. There's a Dutch oven. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Cast iron Dutch ovens.
Yeah.
I've never
Hey.
cooked anything that would need that. I don't know why I thought it was like an old timey oven, but that's a
Yeah.
Dutch oven. All right. I'm an idiot.
Hey, so am I. That's why we're on the internet at 2 p.m.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into this clip. So this is Sam Morril, Mark Norman. We both love him, and Big J, who we all love, talking about you, Mr. Joey Gay.
How exciting.
Yes. This clip that you're like, they got it all wrong. I'm like, what did they get wrong?
No, well,
I never seen it yet.
I had heard a story secondhand, which they may have gotten slightly wrong, but I wasn't upset about it. I just wanted to tell them the actual story.
All right. So we're going to get an exclusive right here. Let them all know. Here's the clip.
All
Let me
right.
figure this out. Technology. All right. There we go. All right. Now, you haven't seen this yet.
I have yet to.
That is how not into technology you are. One of the most famous podcasts go out there, and they mention you, and you're like, yeah, I'll see it when I see it.
I was waiting for something like this.
All right. This is, so here we go. Let's listen to this.
Pull up Joey Gay if you can. He would murder.
Murder.
Joey Gay was
He
so
would
funny.
murder. I know, and then he became like Pete Davidson's like phone holder or something. It's the
Oh,
weirdest
is
thing.
that right?
All right, give it to Big J. What's a bastard calling you a phone holder? Come on. By the way, I'd be. But no, you and Davidson are pretty. It's incredible to see his rise. Like when he was starting to where he's at now, and it's all well deserved. Very nice, dude.
Yeah, and you know, I have to say, I think the world of Jay Okerson, and his words are quite hurtful.
I know. What a bastard, man.
That's all right.
No, he's probably one of the best storytellers
He is.
out of all the comedians. Like without a doubt, one of the best storytellers. All right, there we go. That's the only thing close to not nice that he said, which that wasn't even mean.
Yeah.
I'd take that as a badge of honor. All
Are
right,
you kidding
No,
Yeah,
me?
when I
what's up?
No, I was going to say, for Jay Okerson, that's high praise.
Yes, very high praise.
When Pete was first dating Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
he invited me and Christine to come over to their place, and we went there. And me and Christine felt so out of whack, like old people walking around these like young kids. And then you went and then he goes, "Oh, come in the bedroom." I was hanging out in the bedroom, and there was a guy tattooing a bunch of their like 23-year-old friends or whatever, 22-year-old friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Ariana Grande is there, and I'm, starstruck enough. You know what I mean? Where you're
Sure.
like, this is fucking wacky.
She's huge.
You know what I mean? Even Pete at this point is starting to have that fear where you're just kind of like, shit. I
Yeah.
thought Pete would probably be done calling me at this point.
Right.
And then just looking around that room, and you just see in a corner, it's like 50-year-old something. Joey Gay's like, "Hey."
Do you remember the night?
Yes, I do. I remember him being there.
All right. What's it? Yeah, there was a tattoo artist there. I would have got a tattoo. What do I give a shit? Now's the time to get him.
Yeah.
You were too busy wrestling a dog.
I may have been. I don't believe there were any dogs there at that point. Yeah, but I do remember it. I did not get tattooed. I have enough tattoos.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to say to I don't think I could have Wicked. Congratulations on the wins. I didn't see Wicked. I'm gonna grab my coffee.
When I was in my 20s, I got my entire chest tattooed. I have huge
Really?
tattoos. Yeah.
You have tattoos? I didn't know that because you don't have them. You don't have them visibly out, but so you look like what is it? Ed Norton in that one movie.
Not exactly.
They're not like racist.
Slightly...
They're not exactly racist tattoos, right?
No. I have a no. They're not racist tattoos.
What do you got tattoos of?
I have a giant Japanese dragon on the right side of my chest and a giant my guardian angel crying on the left-hand side of my chest. Some people made mistakes in their 20s. I wear mine.
Why the tiger?
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
The tiger. You're just like, all right, there's a tiger. What are you, Mike Tyson? Just like, better to get a tiger tattoo than an actual tiger.
Yes, yeah.
Why were you going to show the tattoo? You can show it if you want.
But I'm not going to. Yeah.
You thought about it. You're like,
yeah, I was like, hey.
And then like, no, it's just going to be like all the scars from your surgery.
No, there's no scars.
There's no scars?
My wrist.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You can feel the thing going across your arm and into your chest, and they give you a little something to calm you down, but you're lucid and aware. It's a creepy feeling.
You're still alive. While they're doing that, they're looking at your what?
You know what? I'm gonna use that as a quote. You're still alive, Ray DeVito. Gonna use that as an endorsement on everything.
You're still alive. It could be worse.
Yeah.
Your guardian angel's just looking at you. Are they just looking at your tattoos when they operate on you, being like, what the hell is this? Like, this dude did a lot of drugs, man.
Yeah, but I was always honest with my doctors, and that's something that I get a lot of credit from them for. Because I always tell them, hey, other people will just bullshit you, and I just tell them the truth.
Why would you lie to your doctor?
Of anything I've done.
Yeah, that's the time to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Lay all the cards on the table.
I'm also not ashamed of it. The truth is the average person who made it through med school did it with some sort of stimulant.
Oh, probably. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Listen, Doc, I get it. I'm a junkie, but you were a junkie too.
Well, I was never a junkie.
It's not a junkie when you're accomplishing things.
I was a cocaine enthusiast.
Enthusiast.
Yes, yeah. I used to get cocaine aficionado sent to the house.
Dude, that scares the shit out of me, though. I've never done cocaine. I've been around it a bunch.
It's a dumb drug. It's the only drug that I really regret.
And like, not only that, the fact now you got to worry about fentanyl. When did fentanyl come on the scene?
I was done with real drugs long before that. You know,
yeah.
I figure it's probably the past 4 or 5 years, maybe.
Diablo Sandwich, tell us your coming out story and might inspire Ray. I'm not gay. I wish I wish I was gay. I say it all the time. Life be so much easier. Yeah, I wish I was gay. Oh.
I wish I was gay. I would be Mr. Gay. Can you imagine how much fucking fun I would be having with that? Yet another way I was shortchanged in this life.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if there was a choice, like sign me up. I get to it just
Gay
seems to
men
be
are
so
like
much
a
easier.
cross between perverts and commandos. They're banging in the fucking the bathroom at Macy's and standing in bags. I hear all these stories. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. And now they're all celebrated. They're like, yes, you get parades, you get celebrations. They want you to walk around naked once a year and they salute you like, yeah, so proud of you being gay. Who knew that being gay meant you had to have on no clothes? Who knew that that was part of the deal? You have to walk around Central Park with no clothes on. Got a rollerblade? Rollerblading sounds fun. I'm in. Do they still rollerblade or am I just...
You know, I can't answer you on that one, Ray. I'm not up on rollerblading.
I don't know what they're doing. That's how old I am. I'm just thinking of the stuff that would you get called gay when you were a kid.
Hey, I just want to interrupt to ask everybody watching to put dumb gay jokes in the crawl.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Whatever you got. Yes. All right, back to them. So there you are. You got Ariana. What'd you say to Ariana Grande? Just like, are you a fan of her music? I don't even know it.
Ariana Grande is a once-in-a-generation artist. I don't listen to her music, but I recognize her talent.
All right. Yeah, everyone loved Wicked. I never got into musicals. I mean, I like Grease, but it's like, I don't know. I was never crazy into musicals. That's not saying.
Well, the guy being a gay man,
being a gay man, being the gayest of the gays.
Yeah, I just see yeah.
Your whole life's a musical. Yeah. I'm having chest pains. Give me a stint, please. Put it in me. All right, back to the
kills, but he got a white boy
around that room. You see in a corner, it's like 50-year-old something. Joey Gay's like, hey.
Well, the guy kills, but he got White Boys in the Hood, and he was like, oh my god, he got it off some show he killed. So some guy comes up to him and he goes, you're on, baby. 2 months, this date, coming to this theater at this time. And he was like, I'm in. Calls everybody he knows, his mom, his friends. He shows up that day to do like makeup and hair, and they're like, oh, you're not on the list. And he's like, I'm on the show. And they're like, you're not going on. We've never heard of you. No one mentioned you.
What? Check under Joey.
That was his theater name. But yeah, so he was like, I'm on the show. The guy booked me, Greg or whatever. And they're like, oh, we talked to Greg on the headset. He doesn't know who you are. He's like, he fucking booked me. What the hell? So Joey's like, fuck this. I'm doing the show. And they're like, you're not doing the show. So they kind of like get security to push him out of there. He sneaks to the back of the theater, pretends he's like a janitor, gets in the door, and he just goes into hair and makeup and just sits there like, oh, I'm third on the show. He kind of like avoids everybody, hides in a broom closet. And then he goes up to the host while some other comic's on. He's like, I'm next. I'm Joey Gay. And the guy goes, oh, okay. And they bring him out and he does it and he kills.
So what about that? Is that story?
There's a grain of truth in it, but this is the story they got.
Okay.
Wrong. Here's what happened. I got booked on White Boys in the Hood. I did tell everybody. I told my whole family I was going to be on TV. And about 5 days before shooting, I got a telephone call. And they said, hey, I'm sorry, I have some bad news for you. We can't use you on the show. You're no longer booked. And I said, well, I have some bad news for you.
I'm coming. I'm doing it. I said, I'm coming, man, whether you like it or not.
You told me I was going to be on that show. I told everybody else. I told my family, I'm going to be there. And the guy said, I don't think you understand. And I said, no, sir. It's you who doesn't understand. I said, look, you have a list of people beneath me, right? And the kids waited for a second. It was like some assistant. It wasn't a producer. They pawned it off on somebody with no power. And I said, listen to me. There's a list of people below me. Go to the next name. And maybe he'll be a weak motherfucker who takes no for an answer. But I'm going to be there. And then I hung up on the guy. Then I showed up. This part is true. I showed up and I walk into wardrobe. And as I'm walking in, there was this big bouncer dude who used to work at the Boston Comedy Club, and he dapped me up. And that was the key to it all. I walked in, people saw me dap him up, and I said, hey, man, they left my name off the list by accident.
Yes, I love it.
I got wardrobe. Then I went into makeup and did the same thing. Then I got myself an all access pass. And then I walked up. I don't remember who it was. I really don't. I wouldn't want to make anybody look bad anyway.
Right.
The truth is, I went and found the producer and said, hey, man, you can put me on or call the police. You
gotta let them know it's happening.
Yeah, and this guy gave me a look I've only had 2 times in my entire career, which was, I could see him do the math, and he was like, this is going to be great or awful, but whatever it is, I want to see it. And I went and had an amazing set. I am now on the cover of that, I am the JPEG for White Boys in the Hood. It is me.
Hell yeah. Why did they say that to you? Why were they like not on the show?
Well, I can't answer that.
Oh, you don't know?
Whenever you do urban rooms, they start an hour late. They book you. They unbook you. The money.
All right, this is an urban podcast. This is an urban pod. We started.
This was very similar to that type of production. And if it wasn't, I couldn't have just bullied my way onto it. Like, there was a certain amount of begrudging respect I got for not taking it. And, I guess at that point they figured it's better to let this guy do 10 minutes than have the police show up.
Yeah, no, that's, man, you out-urbaned the urban club. You did. You're like, I'm doing it. They're like, no, this definitely is a white boy in the hood. He's handling it. Like, this is as urban as it gets right here. Like, oh no, we're gonna.
The day I did it, Screech was there, and they shot a set from him. And while he was on, they told me he had gotten robbed by a woman in Central Park the day before.
What? Screech got robbed in Central Park?
Yeah, this is the story I heard. I didn't hear it from him, but somebody told me he got robbed in Central Park by a woman the day before. And I remember saying, and you motherfuckers have the balls to call me and tell me I'm not on? This guy's here?
How did he do? They just wanted him on because of his name.
Good set.
No, I was going to say, I've seen him do stand-up, and it's nothing. It's not good. I'll be honest. It wasn't good.
I only saw that one set that day, and it was not good.
Yeah. Johnny Carson's a good egg. Do you like musicals? And you think Dutch oven is for cooking?
Yeah.
You are light in the loafers. That's an old-timey phrase. Light in the loafers?
It is an old-timey phrase. It's also amazing that this guy is able to discern my sexuality based on this image. It's probably the painting.
That is a nice painting. That is, but Johnny F. Carson's a good egg. He's actually a nice guy. They're all good people. Him, I have actually met before. Yeah.
I make fun of people.
So that's insane. So that really happened, like a TV production. Yeah. That's HBO. You think HBO wouldn't be so ghetto? Oh, that was Showtime? But still, Showtime, you think that wouldn't be so ghetto?
Well, you know what happens. A production company goes out and makes it and then sells it to them. So that's what happened here. And, this is the story that I kind of heard secondhand. And the only thing I heard was you pretended to be a janitor and hid in a broom closet. I was like, no, that's not how that happened, but okay.
You were a janitor and then you're like, then you're like, come out and tell jokes.
When you have a crazy story like that and somebody makes it crazier, I don't get angry. It's kind of like, all right.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
So they did kind of get it right. He got it pretty good, the story.
Yeah, they're like the mainstream media. They have 40% of it right.
So what's
Yeah.
Jesus. Luckily, it was talent who would throw anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
The first gathering of the Juggalos I ever did before there was crossover audience, so it's a little nice. I did it last year. And it was great because the crossover audience. but no one knew we were at first. And it was a year that, I mean, that's the same year DeRosa told the story on his half-hour special about getting booed by them.
Mhm.
The night I did it, they hated Lewis, right into hating Vecchione, right into hating me.
Damn.
How do you
Everybody
get
must say-
booked on this type of gig?
Back then, I forget who it was. It's just like when they get involved, they go, "We want comedy." They go to Booker,
Right.
So that whoever that book, I forget, it was like a comic.
But DeRosa had already bombed this.
Yeah, that's I don't know if the rest is about you. I mean, we'll watch in case it say something
Yeah,
else.
but I did that same gig at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Right.
And they booed the guy who got on before me. I don't even remember who it was. But then I got up and I killed. And this is amazing and has only happened once in my life. The audience was chanting gay, gay, gay. But it was not mockery for the first time.
For the first time, it was. By the way, I mean, my name's Ray. Are you kidding me? I got called Gay Ray my entire childhood. It's just
You've come to the wrong fucking place for sympathy, Mr. DeVito.
yeah. No, I'm fine with it, but it just is what it is. It's like
Yeah.
when you're a kid, it's like, yeah.
Yo, I'm grateful to have my last name. I never wanted to change it because I didn't want to disrespect my father. And the truth is that my last name is a filter that lets me know who's a douche in the first 30 seconds.
That's true.
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good with me. I'm a very lucky guy.
So I'm just gonna call myself a Ray douchebag from now on and like see
They're
how
not
people
even
take
trying.
it. Yeah. But all right, let's see what. But yeah, the juggle. It seems like that'd be like, I could see you doing well in that. You're very intense
I've done
too.
it 3 times.
Yeah, you're definitely do that because you're very intense. I like on the stanch. I go, do you want to go first? Just because we're waiting for, and you go, I'm a lot up front. I'm like, I know your act. I'm like, all right. So like
Thank you
Katie
for
go
that.
first. Yeah. But like everyone else, like I know like a lot of comics were coming later in the show. Also, I wanted to, otherwise it was going to be like late before you'd go on. So
I appreciate it.
but yeah, no, you killed it. But yeah, I could see you doing well at the Juggalos. I don't think they'd like me at all.
Well, what I did was I walked around for a half an hour and talked to them beforehand. And they're a confusing bunch of people because they have this hippie acceptance, but it's a gathering of the weird guy from your town who smokes meth. It's only exclusively those people, but they're incredibly kind as well. When you're there, they treat you like family. It's like the Olive Garden for meth heads.
It's the Olive Garden for meth heads.
Yeah.
Juggalo.
But it's such mixed emotions with that group because they're incredibly kind, but they're also oddly off-putting as well.
Yeah, what's the deal with the root beer? They still do that, the Faygo root beer?
Yeah.
Why?
Faygo is the first company to ever sponsor the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, all right. And they're like, so they just like ran with it. All right. But I don't think they sponsor anything. I've never seen anything sponsored by Faygo. I think that ruined it for them. They're like, all right, I guess we're juggalos now.
Yeah.
That's like,
Well,
hey, they take their sponsor very serious.
The disposable income of juggalos is a very narrow market.
I just see them all with EBT cards at 7-Eleven, feeling like, does this work? Does this
The
work?
weird thing is, when you're there long enough, you meet these hyper intelligent people who are also like, I met a guy who was a physician's assistant, which is not a job you can have unless you're brilliant. So they're that's the thing about them. There's some texture to who they are.
Yeah, again, I'm not a giant fan of their music, but like Big J has told me that like Violent J is like one of the nicest guys, that they're like really nice people.
It is so fucking confusing because I did an episode of Juggalo Theater, and
What's Juggalo Theater?
Yeah, that was a television show where they showed clips and you sat in between them. And when I did that, I was discussing Walt Whitman with Violent J, and I was like, what is going on?
And no offense. I mean, I heard the song Magnets, like, yo, Miracles. That's what it is. Miracles, man. What's up with Magnets, yo? That shit'll blow your mind. And it's like, so they're not very deep. So for them to go into like Walt Whitman,
They
what are your thoughts on Walt Whitman? What do you got?
Nothing. I'm not incredibly deep myself. I just happened to mention a quote by Walt Whitman, and he started telling me shit I didn't know about Walt Whitman. And I was like, what the fuck? It's just kind of shocking because you're standing there next to a middle-aged man dressed as a violent clown discussing literature.
Resist much, obey little. I'm looking at his quotes. What is your quote that you like?
I think it is. I've experienced a great many hardships, some of which I didn't imagine, and I am ruining that. I'm butchering it. It's not the. It's the essence of the quote, not the actual quote.
I have. There's a Walt Whitman quote that I liked. I remember from, and I have no idea what it is right now.
That's all right.
Who's the one that said a thing of beauty will last forever? I remember that was like a famous quote when I was.
I don't.
That
know
might
that
be
quote,
Walt
but
Whitman.
I have to say, we've taken a big left turn here, and I don't think your fans want to hear about.
No, I don't want to hear about Walt Whitman. Well, let's get back to Let's get back to. Ray's a big fan of Screech's other work. What was his other work? I don't know his other work.
Yeah, they got your number, Ray. They
Yeah.
know about you.
What was his other work? What did he do?
Saved by the Bell, Ray.
Oh, Saved by the
Don't
Bell.
act like you don't know.
No, I knew Saved by the Bell. I thought there was something else that I didn't know about. Something behind
his time with the Actors Studio in New York when he was working with Meisner and. Yeah, no.
Well, that was his whole act, if I remember, is he would just say like dirty words and like dirty things and talk about sex, and his whole catchphrase was, "I bet you didn't expect Screech from Saved by the Bell to talk about this." Like that was his whole gimmick was, "This isn't the Screech you expected," and then he would just say filthy things. None of it, which you're allowed to be filthy, just make it funny. Do you get what I'm saying?
I've had enough of the Screech talk. Let's get back to the famous guys loving me.
Okay. Read a couple. Joey playing the percentages, brother. It's Johnny F. Carson's good egg. And Diablo Sandwich. Ray thinks Walt Whitman built Disneyland. That's Walt Disney, man. Come on, man. That's Walt Disney. Come on, Diablo Sandwich. I know what's going on.
Yo, that's a good one, Diablo Sandwich.
That is a nice. Yes. Wait, he didn't? He didn't build Disneyland?
Please, we're going to go off on another tangent. Walt Disney applied 151 times for the loan. Do you know that? That's real.
No.
He went back to the same bank like 151 times. That's not hyperbole. And finally, they approved it.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's like you. Don't take no for an answer.
Yes, but he seemed to have a little bit more success in the financial department. Well, in every way.
No, you're killing it. You're here. He's not here.
Yes, I do have that up on him. I am still alive, as you say, Ray.
Yes. All right, let's see what back to the Juggalo talk.
The next night. It was like a few nights in a row. It was the first gathering of Juggalos that had comedy, I think. But at least the first one I did.
That's a scary gig.
And it was a scary. Now it's like so pleasant.
Really?
Really?
Well,
they're older.
They're older, one for sure, but they're also like we just have a crazy crossover audience. So like, when we were walking around that, like we have to like have a cart to go around, or else you'll be like mobbed. Like which is great.
That's cool.
It's great for the comedy show. They come and like they're quiet and they listen to the show midnight after they just watched. They're all covered in soda and shit. But
Right.
They gotta enjoy it. But that first time they hated us, and notoriously that weekend, Joey Gay fucking murder. He just he plowed through, man. So it's like. One of those, he started off in Staten Island, shit rooms,
exactly,
and he never really graduated to like headlining clubs on the road. So it's like those guys are sometimes become scrappy and handle situations better because you're like, how many times on the road? If I went now, if you were like, you have to do an hour to an audience that's against you, I'd be like, you could do it. Of course, you could do the time, but you're like, I don't know if I'll turn them around.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? If like they're just coming in, they're gonna hate me.
Sure.
Like if a very
what a pussy. Carry on.
Well, you are very demanding when on stage. I mean, you're very like in control at all times. Like it's
I'm not there to ask the jokes.
you fuckers are gonna hear these whether you want to or not. Call security. You want me off stage?
You know, I remember feeling that feeling at the time where I was kind of like, any show I do, I can like do fine.
Yeah.
At that point. And then I went to like with Adrian Appalucci, we like co-headlined like a woman's college or something. And I was just like, from like the first sentence, you're like,
I'm fucked.
You can't even rope him back in.
No,
like,
they don't want Adrian either.
They did not. No, they did not hear us. But I think she was a pleasant, like they were like, oh, thank God.
Right,
Right.
right.
Finally going to talk to. And then I don't think they liked her stuff either.
Yeah.
Well, same body.
Too dark.
But Joey Gay used to walk out. This is how good Joey Gay was. I opened for him in Looney Bin in Staten Island. Remember that room?
Yeah, of course.
Took the ferry out there. I met
Brutal.
Pete Davidson. He was 14. It was crazy, but it was all mob run. So I went up and I ate shit. And then Joey Gay's like, don't worry, I'll get him. And he walked on stage and he goes, Sweet Caroline. And the whole crowd went, bop, bop, bop. And he goes, and that's how you find white people in the woods. And that murdered. And then he was set for an hour.
That's a great opener. Dude, I remember watching him at CB's. I mean,
Yes.
think about the bombs we took at CB's. I mean, I had great nights there too.
Sure.
But I still remember Wayne Rader's abuse of us. Like,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mark and I in the back of the room just like whispering, and he'd be like, shut the fuck up. And we'd be like, ah. I'm like, by the way, that was louder than the whisper.
Right,
But-
right.
And we'd be like, ah. And then he'd be like, I'm so sorry, guys. I got my temper. Shots. And we just start drinking. We're like, this is such a toxic environment.
Toxic. But we got the free meal too, and that meal was amazing for a poor
The
comic.
chicken Milanese is
Oh,
lovely. Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah, they're tuna tarts.
Oh, there you go.
All
Nothing
right.
but compliments for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's so nice. I think they're all great comics. It's nice to hear.
Yeah, that's I remember Wayne Rod, Stand Up New York. What happened to
Yeah.
him? Oh, he was on when Big J did my podcast. Big J was telling me about when because Wayne's a gay guy.
What?
Back to the gay. Yeah, he's a gay dude. But one of Jay's ex-girlfriends, some lady that was mad at him, put his profile on Grindr. Like and he was like in Europe or something. So like, and Wayne, because Wayne was on Grindr, he found it. It's like, hey, do you know this? And then like he had to like get it taken down and stuff. But yeah, because Wayne was on Grindr, he found Big J's like naked picture.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about Wayne from
Wayne
Stand Up New
Rader
York.
found a naked picture of Jay?
Yeah, because Big J's ex-girlfriend.
Did that reverse the gay?
No, I'm saying it never would have been found. It would still be up there. But Wayne was a bear, if you call it.
Oh, okay, but all right. I'm there's just like my synapses are clogged right now. I want to know why Jay is taking naked photos.
No, it was it's I don't know. It was it's on my pod. If you can go back, it's on an episode here.
I'm not going in
Yeah.
search of this. No.
No, but it was I was just bringing up a story like just because I haven't heard Wayne's name. When's the last time you heard Wayne's name outside of that?
I don't know.
Yeah, 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Hey, listen, I do have a lot of crazy stories. I got a good one for you.
Okay.
When I first started, I may have been in stand-up 6 months, right?
Right.
And Q104 had a funniest comedian contest, and the prize might have been $1,000 or something. And when I started stand-up comedy, it starts as everybody starts with a delusion. You have to believe that you have something so important to tell the world and that you're the guy for it. And I was out of my mind at this point. So I go to the show and there's like 15 of us and it's at a place called Planet Hoboken. in
Planet Hoboken. All right.
Do you remember it?
No.
It was an airplane hangar. It was huge. So I get there. Oh, actually, this is the other time I got that look. I didn't even realize it. The Steve Coppola was the host, right? So there's like 15 people, and he starts talking to all of us, and I go up to him, and I say, hey, man, you're going to want to save me for the end. I'm good, and I'm going to win this thing. So I get that look where he thinks to himself, all right, this is going to be great or awful, but some crazy is coming. So,
It's going to be eventful either way.
and it was. So then the first group of people to come in that night was a bachelorette party, and there was like 15 of them. And he scrambles up into the booth and he goes, hey guys, welcome to Planet Hoboken. And they're like, woo! He goes, we're going to have a great time for your bachelorette tonight. And they're like, woo! He goes, we're going to do some drinking. And they go, woo! He goes, we're going to do some dancing. They go, woo! He goes, we're going to have some stand-up comedy. And they boo the idea.
Yes.
They boo the idea of stand-up comedy, right? But I am undeterred. I decide I'm going to work the room. I go over, I find the girl with the veil, and I say, hey, I got 5 sisters. I realize tonight's your party, and I'm at your party. I'm going to do some comedy later, and I hope you guys will root for me. I buy her a drink. I buy the maid of honor a drink. And they're like, oh, thank you. Yeah, we're going to root for you. So there's like 14 people. And as the night goes on, it gets packed. There must have been 1,000 people in this room.
Damn.
There's no stage, no lights, no warm-up. They would shut off a song in the middle of it and then go, the comedy of, and then the whole crowd would be like, oh, God.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then that person would perform for 5 minutes and everybody would talk amongst themselves.
Right.
But I'm watching this and I'm just hatching a plan to win, right? So they save me for last. It's like a Bud Light commercial. People are having the time of their life. They're dancing, they're drinking. I remember what song was on. It was, oh, what a night.
Latest Frankie
In the
Valley.
middle of that song, they go, ladies and gentlemen, the comedy of Joey Gay. The entire place goes, ah.
Like, another one?
I grab the microphone. There's a bouncer between me and the bar. I run past him. I elbow him in the chest. I jump up on the bar. I grab the mic and I go, everybody shut the fuck up. I own this motherfucker for the next 5 minutes. And to my surprise, they do.
Damn.
I then launch into the shitty jokes you write 6 months into stand-up comedy.
Right.
Hey, my name's Joey Gay, but it could have been worse. My mother wanted to name me Izzy. Well, I lose them all.
Just as soon as you got them. It's nothing's worse when you get them to pay attention and then you got nothing. Like, everyone shut up and listen. Just like, I got absolutely nothing.
Everybody in the club ignores me except for the bachelorette party who are now booing me. I'm standing on the bar. I reach down. I grab a beer pitcher. I fill it with ice. And I'm holding the mic and the pitcher in one hand. And I'm now throwing fistfuls of ice at the bachelorette party. And have you ever been drunk and you fall and like the scenery just changes? I had not been drinking, but suddenly I was looking at the ceiling. The bouncer came over and forearm swept me. Then he grabbed me and threw me on his shoulder. I lose my mind. I start telling him, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to fucking kill you. I start screaming, I'm going to star fuck your children and your children's children. I'm yelling insane declarations on this man's shoulder, and the entire audience applauds. They throw me out. I turn around. The bouncers are there. I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I lose my mind. I walk 2 blocks to the Bath train station, and I realize my wallet is in my fucking backpack back at Planet Hoboken. So I walk back, and as I come around the corner, they scatter because
they thought you were coming back to like do some crazy shit. He's
they
back.
Just had that talk about how it's the little guys who actually come back. They scatter. So I'm like, hey,
like what are you guys all weird about? I'm just it's my backpack. What do you
I threatened all these fucking steroid mongers' lives, and now I'm standing in front of them and I'm like, hey, I lost my shit. I'm sorry. I gotta go back in and get my backpack. They all die laughing and ignore me. They refuse to make eye contact. But I just stand there and I keep talking till finally one guy breaks. It's the guy who threw me out. And he goes, listen, if I take you in there and get you your backpack, will you just leave? I go, I do not want to be here now. Yes, I will. He starts walking me in. And as I'm going in, I realize I've told these people I'm going to fuck their children and their children's children. And an arm comes out of the crowd and then another one. And now the guy grabs me and runs me to the bar where I told him it is. I get my backpack. He throws me on his shoulder for a second time. The crowd goes nuts. And as I'm going out, I've lost all the anger. I just start cheering with them.
Oh, Jesus. And then when he puts you down outside, you're like, anyway, should I win the 1,000?
No, when he put me down outside, I was like, you didn't have to. He's like, just fucking leave. And I was like, yeah, all right.
You got your backpack, though.
I did. You know what's crazy? At that time, I had my joke book in there, and I was so deluded that I thought my original work is going to be valuable someday.
Yeah, it's like Walt Whitman's quote.
Yeah.
His first quote. You had to.
What are the incels saying about me below this?
This is about me. Hey, Ray, whatever happened to you? I don't know. I'm getting the insults.
Well, they're not asking me that because I've just explained a couple of chapters.
Yeah. They
heart attacks and threatening steroids. Steroid mongers.
Yeah,
it's amazing I'm this old, dude.
Why you say that? Like you didn't expect to be around this long?
No, never. When I was a kid, the nuns used to tell me I'd be dead by 30, and I believed them.
They would say that to you as a kid?
Yeah, they were awful.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's like what Biggie Smalls in that song, like teachers told me I never amount to nothing. I was like, who's saying that to a kid? Imagine your teacher.
I grew up in a horribly harsh environment. It was the time and the location. And
in Staten Island, what was it like out there in Staten Island?
No, I grew up in Brooklyn. I didn't grow up in Staten Island.
Oh, there you go.
You know, when I grew up, there were no cameras. I was told, in my house, my mom, my sister had schizophrenia. So my mom was from Ireland and she was big about not putting our business in the street.
Right,
and then when I grew up in the street, you weren't supposed to tell on anybody or, I kind of got a weird pseudo criminal education, even not being involved in anything. And then when I went to school, they told you nobody likes a tattletale and the nuns beat you. It was just crazy time.
Yeah, Bad Bart. I've never seen Joey before, but he's the man. So you got some fans here.
Fantastic. Bad Bart. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. You want to talk Walt Whitman? What do you know?
Yeah.
What was it like? Like, how do you get started? When did you decide, like, I'm going to do cocaine? What was that? What's your craziest cocaine story?
My craziest.
Or when you're like, I know I need to stop this.
Well, I did it the first time as a kid. I was young. I might have been 16 years old, 17 years old. I did a little bit of it. And then, there was a time where it was plentiful and pure. I'm one of those guys. I was around when, and there was a guy in my neighborhood who bought the local bar, the Old Man Bar. And it was top shelf shots for $1 if you could keep your mouth shut.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so we just hung out in that bar, and they would give you as much cocaine as you wanted on credit, and it was all people from my neighborhood. And it's a phase I went through. I don't know that I have I do have a crazy cocaine story. This is me and a friend were splitting an apartment, and we were living in Bensonhurst, and we were getting geeked on coke, and he was a lunatic. I would come home, right? And there was a lock that I couldn't open that could only be locked by the inside. And anytime I couldn't open the door with a key, he was inside paranoid from coke. But he would smoke it and I would snort it. So he would be done in 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, I would have to try to get as much of it as I could into my face before he would try to come get some. And like I would open the door and he was so paranoid. He had a stethoscope. He'd be listening to the door to the garage that he thought like somebody was coming in. One night, me and him are geeked up and we decide to go get an 8-ball on the arm, but we have this old car and the brakes are no good. We're like geeked up. We're driving up Bay Parkway and the light changes and we're coming up to 60th Street and a bus starts coming this way. And he just looks at me and he's all quiet and coked up and he just goes, no brakes, can't stop. And he hits the gas and we fishtail around the bus, blowing the light. And then he looks at me and goes, I was close. And we didn't discuss it again. We went, picked up Coke and then drove back slow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. I just was around it. Was like, I'm not doing that. I
It's
can't.
a dumb
Yeah.
drug. I want everybody to know I'm not endorsing cocaine. It's been a mistake in my life, but I always talk honestly about my mistakes. I don't feel like I want to hide that from people or make myself sound good. I'd rather just tell the truth.
And what made you get sober? When you're like,
well, you just age out of it. I got to a point where, you think it's great, you do 2 lines, and then you look around, you're like, what am I doing? It's part of it's part of that drug.
I say that to myself every day with everything in my life. Like, what am I doing?
This intensifies
Like,
everything, including the shame. It's terrible.
It's like, what am I doing with my life? This is, yeah. So, yeah, no, I was sober for like 8 months after I got in a car accident. And then I was like, I was still miserable. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll just have a beer again. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it didn't, it was like, I don't want to sit here and live with my life. Just, I don't want to do it sober.
If the lights are on at your house and there's no criminal charges pending, cheers. I got myself into trouble.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't have, I have no record. Background checks
but
clean.
It's all dumb shit.
What's the dumbest thing?
Maybe drunk in public in Virginia. And when the guy said to me, you're going to jail for drunk in public, I laughed. He was like, what's funny about that? I was like, I'm going to do life. I was really hammered. But I have a bunch of dumb stuff like that, getting caught with weed, being drunk in public, and it's all really in my 20s for the most part.
Yeah, drunk in public, that's not like that big of a deal, unless you're like being an asshole to somebody.
I had the wrong accent when I lived in Virginia, and I owned a topless bar. So,
you owned a topless bar?
Yeah, you don't know that?
No, I didn't know that. What's it like owning a titty bar?
It is the best of times. It is the worst of times.
I didn't know you owned a strip club.
I did, yeah. Everybody on both sides of the bar is drunk, on drugs, and nuts. So it's very difficult to manage. I did it from the time I was 22 to 27, which was the right juncture in my life.
Yeah, hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Dude, I could see you in a show on HBO or something playing a guy who owns a strip club.
That's the only way I would participate in that again. I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, but you seem like you would play that role perfectly.
Yeah, it's in my range.
Who's the most difficult? I mean, obviously we don't want to know names. What dancer was like most difficult? What's a story about a dancer where it's like
all a problem all the time. I was part of a chain of 6 clubs. I owned the only independent club. There were something like 250 women working for us, and
they were all problems. 250 problems.
They're very similar to comics.
Okay.
They're all kind of broken and mean well, but can't stop fucking up.
All right. What's the biggest way they'd fuck up?
Not show up.
Not showing up. I could see that. Yeah.
Show up on drugs. Be rude to people. Like it runs the gamut, man. It runs the gamut. I'll tell you a crazy strip club story, which you'll like. At the time I owned the strip club, I could get into anything there, right? I would get tickets for concerts and sports events, and I was buying a lot of beer from this company. They'd get me into anything. So one night there were fights, and I was dating a girl who got a job as the ring girl, really beautiful girl.
Right.
So I'm there with her and another guy, my friend Corey, and while I'm sitting there, she sends a drink to this guy in front of me. And I said, hey, did you just send that guy a drink? And she goes, yeah, I did. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I don't know. I think he's cute. And I was like, well, I hope he has a nice car because you need a fucking ride home. And I leave with my friend in a huff. And we go to another friend who owned a nightclub at the time, Crocs in Virginia Beach, my friend Phil Decker. And the way that was set up was like one main room and then private rooms off, like 4 or 5 private rooms. So we go there, we drink till closing. They don't kick us out. They let us stay and have a couple of drinks. And I leave my private room and I go to the bathroom and I see this guy, Arturo. I had been out drinking with Arturo with my friend Phil a couple of times. He's a nice enough guy. I didn't really know him well, but he was the guy she sent the drink to. So I see him and I go, hey man, are you banging that ring girl? And he says, what? And I said, the ring girl from tonight sent you a drink. Are you banging her? And he says, what? And I repeat it. And then I realize he's repeating it because she's behind me.
Oh.
So I steam off. I go to this little private room. And I was drinking Jack Daniels, doubles of Jack Daniels and Guinness. So I order a round. I drink a double of Jack Daniels. I look at my friend Corey and I go, that fucking guy Arturo is here with that girl. I'm going to go in the other room and punch him as hard as I can in the fucking face. When I do, I want you to pull me off him. So it's like, what? I just start steaming into the room, right? I walk in and the guy is sitting there with the girl. And the second I walk in, he stands up and goes, hey, I'm sorry. If you want to talk to this girl, that's fine. If you want to leave with her, if I'm doing something wrong, I apologize. And it was like he opened a valve on me that drained all the anger immediately. And I felt like an idiot. And I was like,
You
hey,
felt
man.
like an asshole. Just
Yeah, I did.
instantly,
And I
like-
said to him, hey, man, you know what? I'm the one who's wrong. I don't own this girl. If she wants to be here with you, that's fine. I'm sorry. I apologize. And I go to leave, right? So now I'm with my friend. I had just bought a brand new Infiniti i30T. We get into my car and my friend's like, hey, man, listen. Maybe that guy is leaving with that girl, but he doesn't have a cooler car than you. I put it in reverse and he pulls out in the brand new BMW M4, which was not available in North America at the time. It was in the new James Bond film. It was one of maybe 4 in North America. So I lose my shit. I go into a rage. I throw it into reverse. I back out. My friend just lived around the corner. I drive like 80 miles an hour into his driveway. I get out. As we're walking in, a cop pulls up and goes, woo, like just letting me know you just barely got away. A week later, I go back to the club and I go to my friend Phil. I go, hey, your fucking friend Arturo is lucky I didn't punch him in the face the other night. And he laughs and he goes, what? And I go, yeah, I was going to punch him. And he goes, oh, shit, you don't know, do you? And I go, what's there to know? He pulls me into his office. He turns on the TV, puts on HBO Sports. And there's Larry Merchant. And he's like, Arturo Gatti, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters.
Oh, man. Oh,
I think he
Jesus.
was the middleweight heavyweight, the middleweight champion of the
You were going to
world
fight
at the
Roy
time.
Jones Jr.
So about 2 weeks after that, I go into a nightclub and he's there. And I walk up to him and I go, hey, Arturo, I want to say I'm sorry. He goes, no. Listen, I understand. Women make us crazy. He buys me a drink and I saw him 24 times after that. I never paid for a drink. He would get up from his table, come over and say hello. When he died, I wrote on my Facebook, what a gentleman he was. And Phil called me and he's like, you think he was a gentleman? I go, yeah, he could have. He said, Joey, he thought you knew who he was and was still coming. He thought you were fucking nuts. That's why he was so nice to you.
It's like getting in Tyson's face during his prime. Like, fuck you, man.
Man, God takes care of fools and babies, and I know which one I was that night. I'm so lucky that guy didn't break my everything.
What the hell was his name? Arturo who?
Arturo Gatti. Him and Irish Mickey Ward had legendary fights. They're considered one of the top 10 fights of all time. He's up there with like fucking La Mata and the Rumble in the Jungle. He would have hurt me really bad.
Yeah, this is the dude you were picking a fight with.
Well, it's the crazy thing is I felt very justified about it, and I felt wronged. I was just out of my, yeah, that's him.
That's you thought you were gonna beat this guy up.
He didn't look like much in a t-shirt. He was like my height, and yeah, I did. I did.
Instead of Thunder, just says "kill Joey."
God rest his soul. I'm so grateful he didn't fucking beat the shit out of me. And I'm telling you, I like the guy. He was nice to me before that and after that.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, you're out of your mind.
Yes.
How do you...
Not so much anymore, but yeah.
You're going to...
At least I'd like to think that.
Jesus. How'd he die, man? That's a bummer he died, but Jesus. Yeah, don't... Also, we're too old to fight.
Well, I was maybe 25 at the time. It's a million years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But, I don't think that would have helped me. Yeah, that guy, he had the capability to really, really hurt me. And he just didn't want to smoke. It wasn't good for him.
Right.
If he was a drug dealer, I would have got my jaw broken that night.
Joey, what part of Virginia? You sound like Irish Joe Pesci.
I take that as a great compliment. And my bar was in Chesapeake, Virginia. I had an amazing...
That's where, what do you call it? Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I was around there. I used to see Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith was around. The
Buffalo Bills.
Time. That's right. He hung around with a friend of mine named Kenny Kavanaugh, who was the general manager of the chain.
Bruce Smith, I got his autograph right over there when I was a kid selling hot dogs at the old Cleveland Stadium.
Yeah.
But dude, that's insane, man. You're gonna... Do you understand? Like just one punch and you might never talk again.
I've had time to reflect. Yes. Yeah. I realized, that guy is the guy the nuns were talking about.
Yeah, but that you weren't going to live. Also, you notice that, like, when people, did you see that one dude that like got his ass kicked at the golf course by a professional hockey player?
Yes.
And like thrown in the fucking... And the fact that he just kept coming back because he was so drunk, he didn't feel any of the punches, even though he's clearly getting his ass kicked. He's just like wobbling back, like another thing.
Yeah. That was amazing. And he felt that the next day. Being thrown in the water was the least of it. Where that guy is throwing right overhand, screaming, bam, bam.
Yeah, he's like, bam, bam. He's like, dude, I thought because Happy Gilmore 2 just came out, when I first saw that, I thought it was a parody of Happy Gilmore 2, of like a scene in there. I didn't think it was real. Because
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, because the guy's like a hockey player known for beating the shit out of people. He was the muscle, or whatever they call it in hockey. And so I thought it was fake to like hype up Happy Gilmore 2. I didn't realize that was a real altercation.
If we were going to compare the two, where I saved myself was saying I'm sorry and I'm wrong, right? And that guy never arrived at that realization.
Yeah, the guy kept coming back. So what are you doing, dude? But I thought it was fake because he kept coming back. I thought it was... If Happy Gilmore didn't just come out, I was like, oh, maybe it's real. And there's like, oh, wait, this is real? What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's not just a punch from a big guy. That's a punch from a big guy who's thrown thousands of punches.
and he names his punches. This one's bang. This one's boom. This one's...
Yeah, it was nuts. Hey, my ears just cleared up. Have I? Yeah, I guess I am screaming, but that's not new, huh?
No, it's all good. Diablo Sandwich. If God took care of fools, Ray would be a rich man. Thank you, Diablo Sandwich.
Diablo Sandwich is on fire.
He's pretty good. It's just like a sandwich. He's Diablo.
The devil's sandwich.
That's from Oh, do you know what that's from? That's from Smoking the Bandit. I didn't know
Oh,
originally.
I see. No. I haven't watched that in fucking a million years.
Yeah, I just watched that because of him, because of Diablo Sandwich. When I found out that's what it's from. Weird movie. I did not know you're not allowed to like drink Coors in different states back then, but I guess that's how it was in the 70s. You had to like go to different states for certain beers.
I see.
Otherwise, you're a bootlegger. But I just wanted anything else you got going on you want to say? Because I usually do just about an hour. I mean, stay longer if you want. We could, whatever you want. It's your show.
Cool, man. I feel like this went well.
Yeah, thanks for doing it, man. And yeah, I'll be back in New York in October. And
Cool.
yeah, man, always good. So, well, where can people find you, Joey?
I am about to embark on a world tour. I'm opening for Pete in Singapore, Australia, Europe, and the Middle East.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're.
Oh,
we're
hell
leaving-
yeah. That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Hell yeah. That's fucking get a new tattoo.
You know, I had thought about getting one on my birthday. My birthday just passed, but you know, I think I've accomplished that goal. I got a bunch of ink, dude. Yeah, it's shocking because as you say, they're not apparent. You don't see it coming. So like sometimes if I'm with a girl and I take off my shirt for the first time, they're like, "Whoa, have you been to prison?" Like, it's not who I am anymore.
It just says
but I
kill
don't regret
Arado.
it. Say again?
It says kill Arado, that boxer. That
Arturo? No.
Arturo. Death
That
to
guy.
Arturo.
I had no
Oh.
idea. He thought I was nuts. I'd hang with him. He'd introduce
You are
me to
nuts.
everybody else.
You're nuts. You're not a bad nuts, but you're nuts. We're all nuts.
I'd like to think it's chaotic good.
Chaotic good. That's the name of the episode. Chaotic good. That's but no, dude, thanks for hanging out. And dude, have fun like all over the world. That's fucking awesome, man.
I'm going to do my best.
Yeah. Stay out of trouble. Well, you're done getting in trouble. Your trouble days are over.
Yeah, I haven't been in trouble in a long time, but I'm not doing anything to get in trouble these days. I'm just telling jokes.
Yeah. And rest easy, man. These heart attacks.
Well, I think they're unavoidable. It's residual effects of past behavior. And as far as my present behavior, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not perfect, but I'm certainly good about 85% of the time.
I'd say, and if anyone gets a chance to see Joey, go do it. Go see him do comedy. It's you're put it this way: no matter who's on the show, I think the biggest compliment you can give a comedian is you're definitely unique.
Oh, thank you.
You're definitely gonna stand out from everybody else.
Yeah. There's
No one else on the show is
going
gonna
to
be.
be. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, no one's gonna be like Joey. Joey's gonna have his own brand on it. But yeah, you always kill. You fucking murder every time I see you, dude.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Awesome seeing you, man. Thanks for joining me. Everyone hit like and subscribe, and also the patreon.com/RayDeVito. $3. That's all it is, $3. But thank you guys, Bad Bart, Diablo Sandwich, Victor Mature, Johnny F. Carson, everyone that was here.
Thank you to all those guys. They were very funny today.
Yes, they're very cool people. All right, man. I'll see you later. Peace,
All right,
everybody.
Ray. Thank you for this. See you around.
Thanks, man.
Later.